Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be discussing the new Babylonian Empire that I believe is going to be rebuilt in the Middle East. Yeah, I believe that the beast that's coming, the beast that once was, then was not, will come again and go to its destruction. Okay? It's going to ascend out of the pit. And I think that that's going to be rebuilt Babylonian Empire, which will include Israel, Gaza, Syria, Egypt, a little bit of Turkey, Iraq, the land of Mesopotamia, and a little bit of Iran. When we look at this region on the map, we see that this was the old Babylonian Empire. And where do we see Donald Trump and the Americans? What do we see happening? Well, we see Donald Trump meeting with the Prime Minister of Iraq recently. We see Donald Trump meeting several times recently with the Syrian Prime Minister as well from Syria. So that's Iraq and that's Syria. We also see how America said they're going to take over the Gaza Strip, and we'll do a job with it too. It'll be the river area of the Middle East, rebuilt into this digital economic system. It's going to be a Babylonian Empire, a digital version. Okay? And we see Israel and what Israel's doing with Trump, with these coming Noahide laws. So everything we see happening with Donald Trump, what they are doing, and also attacking Iran, trying to sort Iran out. They want the region of the old Babylonian Empire. And do you want to know what else is crazy about this Babylonian Empire? It's the exact same region of the Greater Israel expansion. So the Greater Israel expansion map is exactly the same as the Babylonian Empire. So when we see talks about Greater Israel, America merging their military with Israel, and how they're taking out Gaza, taking out Iran, then they're doing what they're doing in the region, and they're doing deals with Iraq, deals with Syria, deals with Turkey. When we see this, okay, understand that Greater Israel, the expansion of Greater Israel, is the exact same as the Babylonian Empire. They are trying to rebuild the Babylonian Empire, and that beast that was, then was not at the time of John in Rome, and will come again, was the Babylonian Empire. The beast that's coming has the mouth of a lion. What beast had the mouth of a lion? Because that's what's coming again in the future, right? The beast with the mouth of a lion and the eagle wings, right, was Babylon at the time of Daniel. Daniel also speaks about the little boastful horn, and the little horn on the heads of the beast, the little horn, is a future king, the Antichrist, a Babylonian king, that will rule this region. And I think that that's Donald Trump. That's why we saw this set up in Miami. It's a foreshadowing of what's to come, the image of the beast in Revelation, the image of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar is coming again. Okay? Because what King Nebuchadnezzar did in Babylon when he set up the golden image and forced everyone to worship it, the Antichrist does in Revelation with the image of the beast. The beast that you saw, that once was, and then it wasn't at the time of John, comes again and goes to destruction with the 10 horns, which are the 10 toes, on the image of Daniel. Babylon. Babylon's coming back. They're rebuilding Babylon, guys. Revelation 17:8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. It's going to ascend out of the pit. It's going to ascend out of ruin, nothing. It's going to ascend out of a wasteland. Babylon, Iraq. That's why Donald Trump's meeting with the Iraq Prime Minister lifting sanctions, Syria Prime Minister lifting sanctions, going over to Israel. I think even Egypt, he's done dealings with Egypt. Because Trump is building the Babylonian Empire, which is going to be the beast of Revelation. That's going to be ruled by the boastful little horn, the son of perdition. So Revelation 13:2-3. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns. So that's 10 kings. And upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads, as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So we're told that there's this 7-headed beast, and the 7-headed beast, okay, is on the heads. You can see they are 7 past kingdoms, which is Babylon, Assyria, Medo-Persia, Egypt, Greece, Rome. Then it was the British Empire / American Empire, right? 7-headed beast. One of these heads appeared to have a fatal wound, which means one of these kingdoms appeared to have been destroyed and was gone. But it gets re-healed in the end times in Revelation. So it's one of these heads. Now on the 6th head, that was the Roman Empire at the time of John, when John was writing Revelation. And John said at his time, in the time of Rome, he said 5 kings have fallen. One is in the time of John, which was Rome, and the other has not yet come. And when he comes, he must remain only a short while. British / American Empire. 7th head. So 5 have fallen before John. One of the heads of the past 5 empires before John in Rome is going to re-heal. It's got to be either Babylon, Assyria, Medo-Persia, Egypt or Greece. When we see what Donald Trump's doing with Iraq, Syria, Egypt, Israel, Gaza, we see he's rebuilding the Babylonian Empire. When we see them setting up a golden statue of Donald Trump in Miami, it's a foreshadowing of the image of the beast. It is what King Nebuchadnezzar did. He set up in the land of Babylon, in the region what Trump's trying to get, a golden statue of himself. So in Revelation 17:10-11 it says, there are 7 kings, 5 have fallen and 1 is, which was at the time of John in Rome. Rome was the one that is. There are 7 kings, 5 have fallen and 1 is, and the other is not yet come, which was the British / American Empire. And when he comes, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, is even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goes into perdition. Who was the beast with the lion? Who was the lion beast? Because the beast of Revelation is a lion. It was Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, the golden statue in the land of Babylon. So John's telling us at the time of Rome, there are 7 kings, but 5 have fallen, which was Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Persia, Greece. They were the 5 that fell. They were the first 5 heads on the 7-headed beast. These are the 7 mountains. The 7 heads on the beast are the 7 mountains where the woman sits. All right. So the 8th is coming now. The woman on the beast is America, Mystery Babylon. It's going to get destroyed. In 1 hour, her destruction is going to come, and we're all going to stand afar off across the waters watching her burning. Then the head wound is going to heal on one of the heads of the beast, one of the mountains. And that, I believe, is the Babylonian kingdom, the 3rd head on the beast. Yeah. Yeah, because at the time of the Roman Empire, the 6th head, John was saying 1 is, 5 have fallen, 1 is, the other's not yet come, which was the British Empire / America. Judgment's going to fall on America because America's Mystery Babylon. It's going to get wiped out. And then the Antichrist is going to rebuild the Babylonian Empire in the Middle East, and that's when the head wound on the beast is going to heal, because the head wound on the beast is a past kingdom. So we were told that there are 7 mountains on where the woman sits, but these 7 mountains can also be represented as kingdoms or kings, which are also the same as the 7 heads on the beast. So the 7-headed beast are the 7 mountains, the 7 past kings. Okay? The woman riding the beast is Mystery Babylon, America, which is going to be destroyed. Then one of the heads on the beast that was before John in the time of Rome is going to re-heal. The head is going to heal on the beast. It's not talking about a head wound on Donald Trump. It's not talking about a physical head wound on the Antichrist. It's talking about a head wound on one of these heads of the beast, which was a past kingdom. Babylon, Assyria, Medo-Persia, Egypt, Greece. That's the 5 who were fallen. One is at the time of John, which was Rome. The other had not yet come, America/British Empire, which is continuing a short space. What we're about to see is the rebuilding of the Babylonian Empire in the Middle East. Oh yeah, Gaza being the Riviera of the Middle East is Babylon, guys. It was a part of the Babylonian Empire. He's lifted sanctions off Syria. Al-Jilani, everyone's saying about Al-Jilani, Syria, how he was a terrorist, beheading people. Yet Trump's let him into the White House and lifted sanctions off him, and people are wondering, why would he do that? And then he's met with the Prime Minister of Iraq recently, a few days ago, once again doing deals with Iraq, Syria. We see him attacking Iran, trying to make Iran play ball. What we see him doing is rebuilding the Babylonian Empire. So what's the head wound on the beast that's going to heal? That's going to come back to life? It's Babylon. The head wound on the beast is going to be Babylon. The horns on the head are 10 kings. And out of the 10 kings is going to come the son of perdition, the Antichrist. And I think that that's going to be Donald Trump taking over the land, over the region, ruling from the third temple in Israel. Because Israel was a part of this Babylonian Empire also. Because they have the Babylonian Talmud. It's Babylonian, guys. The Babylonian Talmud. The Babylonian saviour for Israel, Trump. The Babylonian Empire rebuilt. 10 kings ruling over the region. Syria, Iraq, the one they put in Iran. Egypt. You get the picture. 1 king in Gaza, Turkey. 10 kings are going to rule the region with the Antichrist. Do you hear what I'm saying? One of the heads on the beast appeared to have a fatal wound. It appeared to be gone. The empire was destroyed. But it re-heals and comes back. Revelation 17:11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. So number one was Babylon, number 2 was Assyria, number 3 was Medo-Persia, number 4 was Egypt, number 5 was Greece, number 6 was Rome, number 7 was the British Empire. Technically the 8th is America. But America's Mystery Babylon, the woman riding the beast. So what happens is the woman gets destroyed in 1 hour, that great city, and everyone's mourning, crying over her. Great riches have come to nothing. America falls. Then one of the heads on the 7-headed beast heals the rebuilt Babylonian Empire in the Middle East under Donald Trump. Okay? Then a second beast comes up after with 2 horns like a lamb, the false prophet, which is Saudi Arabia. Mohammed bin Salman / Elon Musk in Saudi Arabia. They set up an image to the beast, a golden statue, a calf again, of the Antichrist in that region. The second beast is going to set it up, I think, in Saudi Arabia. A big gigantic golden statue on the top of Mecca or something on the top of the box. The black cube. Going to set this big golden statue up of the Antichrist, calling out to prayer to all the nations. And everyone's going to be forced to bow and worship the image of the beast. The false Messiah in Israel, in the Babylonian Empire. Whoever refuses to bow to that golden image is going to be beheaded by the sword. So why do I know it's something to do with Mohammed bin Salman in Saudi Arabia? because they're the ones, the second beast carries out the beheadings. It has to be someone who's going to behead believers in Jesus. Now, Babylon is going to be the first beast with the Antichrist in Israel, with the Syrian, with the Iraq Prime Minister, with 10 kings. He's going to rule that new Babylonian Empire from Israel when America's been destroyed, Mystery Babylon. But once Babylon comes up, when the first beast descends out of the pit, when Babylon re-emerges, rebuilt, once the first beast is there, a second beast comes up after, which is a false prophet. It has two horns like a lamb and it's speaking as a dragon. And this second beast, the false prophet, sets up a gigantic golden image of the beast, another golden calf. I think Mohammed bin Salman / Elon Musk in Saudi Arabia, one of them's the false prophet, are going to set up a gigantic golden statue of Donald Trump, maybe bolt it to the top of the black box in Mecca, because it's going to be the same as what King Nebuchadnezzar did. So King Nebuchadnezzar had this big box, this big platform, and his golden statue was on top of it, and everyone was bowing to it, to the music, to the trumpets. We see the same happening in Revelation with the image of the beast. The second beast with two horns like a lamb sets up this big image to the beast, and I think it's going to be put on top of the Mecca box in Saudi Arabia. And when the call to prayer happens and the music plays, everyone's going to fall down and worship the image of the beast, or you're going to be beheaded. So the first beast with the mouth of a lion is going to be Babylon. The head on the seven-headed beast is going to heal in one of the five kingdoms before Rome. Babylon's going to re-heal. So they're going to rebuild Babylon. Donald Trump is the new king of Babylon. He's the new King Nebuchadnezzar. That's why they set up this golden image of him in Miami, because America is Mystery Babylon. It's a mystery. It's Mystery Babylon. America's going to be destroyed soon. Maybe even before 2030. I'm not saying for sure, but Donald Trump said that he's the last. They're saying Trump's the last president of the US. Trump said that people won't have to vote again after his second term. Because America's Mystery Babylon is going to be destroyed. They set up this golden image of Donald Trump, which is exactly what happened with King Nebuchadnezzar in the land of Babylon. He's attacking Iran, meeting with Syria, meeting with Iraq, meeting with Egypt, meeting with all these places, including Israel, the head chairman of the Board of Peace, because he's rebuilding the Babylonian Empire, which is going to be the first beast of Revelation that ascends out the pit, rebuilt under the Antichrist Trump, once America's been wiped out. Then the second beast with the two horns like a lamb, which is the Islamic moon crest, the Islamic horns on the Saudi Arabia clock. Pay attention. Then I saw another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he's speaking as a dragon. What does this second beast do? Once Babylon comes up, being ruled by the Antichrist, the beast, the second beast comes up after and makes this massive image of the beast, which is going to be a big golden statue like what Nebuchadnezzar did. And I believe that they're going to bolt this big gold statue of Donald Trump on the top of the Mecca box. And when the music plays, when the image is speaking and they're calling out to prayer in Saudi Arabia, all the nations and kings and everyone are going to come and bow to this golden image of the first beast in Israel, Trump, the king of Babylon. King Nebuchadnezzar's coming back in the form of Donald Trump. And the second beast with two horns like a lamb, Saudi Arabia / Elon Musk's been going there too, guys, with his chips, with Mohammed bin Salman. So they're both there. This is what the Bible's talking about. This is the second beast. It's speaking as a dragon. The dragon is on the... Look at the dragon. Look at the clock tower in Saudi Arabia when it's calling out to prayer. Speaking as a dragon. Because it's speaking when it's calling to prayer. The dragon is above the clock. The dragon's the serpent. There's that old serpent, the devil, with the staff on the Saudi Arabia clock. And on the top of it, on the top of the clock, are the two horns like a lamb. Two horns, dragon, calling to prayer, speaking as a dragon. I know it's Saudi Arabia because the second beast beheads all the Christians for not worshipping the image they set up. So they set up the stone in Mecca and worship it. And in the future, they're going to set up a golden image of the Antichrist on top of the Mecca box. And they're going to behead everyone with a sword in Saudi Arabia and persecute whoever will not fall down and worship the king of Babylon that's coming back. Mystery Babylon's America, the king of Babylon's Trump, and they're rebuilding the actual Babylonian Empire in the Middle East. That's what all the wars are about. This is the second beast of Revelation. So I've already showed you the first beast is going to be ruled by Donald Trump, the king of Babylon, in a new Babylonian Empire in the Middle East. But then a second one with two horns comes up straight after, beheading everyone who don't worship his image. Because they set up an image to him. The second beast, false prophet, with the two horns, sets up an image to the Antichrist. Look, Revelation 13, 11, 12. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon, call to prayer. Two horns like a lamb's on the clock tower. He exercises all the power of the first beast before him, which is going to be Babylon with the Antichrist. Causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Trump is going to be the new King Nebuchadnezzar in a rebuilt Babylonian Empire. Elon Musk and Mohammed bin Salman from Saudi Arabia are going to set up a big image of him, a statue, in Mecca, and force everyone to bow to it. Whoever doesn't bow to this coming image of the beast is going to be beheaded by the sword. Saudi Arabia is the second beast, under Elon Musk or Mohammed bin Salman. Because Elon Musk has been going over there with his Mark of the Beast chips, meeting with Mohammed bin Salman. Donald Trump was there as well, all three of them together, discussing this. Once Babylon emerges under the Antichrist, this second beast comes up as well, sets up a golden image to him in Saudi Arabia. Every nation is going to be forced to bow and worship the golden image of Babylon. King Trump, Donald Trump, is going to be the new King Nebuchadnezzar, guys. He's telling you, I saw another beast coming out of the earth. It has two horns like a lamb. There it is on the clock tower. And it speaks as a dragon. The serpent's just above the clock, the snake. It's speaking as a dragon when it calls to prayer. This same second beast sets up an image and beheads everyone for not worshipping it. Now this second beast with two horns like a lamb, which is going to be Saudi Arabia, under Elon Musk or Mohammed bin Salman, the false prophet, right? This second beast sets up an image to the first beast in the new built Babylonian Empire. Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So who's going to behead all the Christians then, who don't worship this image? Well, it's going to be Saudi Arabia. They're the ones that do the beheadings with the sword on the chopping block. You know? Whether Elon Musk is there in Saudi Arabia ordering the beheadings, you know, it might be Elon Musk. Elon Musk might be the false prophet. He's been over there. He's over there a lot with Mohammed bin Salman and Trump. Trump's going to be the king of Babylon in the new Babylonian Empire, the son of perdition in the temple of God, the third temple, the Antichrist temple. And Elon Musk is going to be in Saudi Arabia enforcing the worship of his image. And I beheld another beast. After Babylon emerges, the first beast, the lion, Babylon's coming back. This is going to ascend out of the pit and go to perdition, a rebuilt Babylonian Empire under a new Babylonian king. Okay? It's coming again. Babylon. This is going to be the second beast. I saw another beast coming up out of the earth. It had two horns like a lamb and it spoke as a dragon. It exercises all the power of the first beast before him, the Babylonian Empire, Trump, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And this second beast will set up an image to the first beast and kill anyone who doesn't worship it. And we're told that this image that they set up, the second beast, this image is being caused to speak. It's speaking as a dragon. So there was your two beasts, 2 men, 2 kingdoms. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast in the land of Babylon. In this region, there'll be 10 kings with the Antichrist. And then there'll be the second one, Saudi Arabia, that comes up under the command of Elon Musk or Mohammed bin Salman. Donald Trump and Mohammed bin Salman are best friends, doing billion-dollar investments in artificial intelligence and technology.
Agreed to invest $600 billion into the United States. And because he's my friend, he might make it $1 trillion, but I'm going to have to work on him. But it's 600. We can count on 600 billion. But I just want to say it's an honor to be your friend, and it's an honor that you're here. And if you'd like to say a few words, but thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. We believe in the future of the United States of America. We believe in what you're doing, Mr. President. It's really creating a lot of good things and good foundation to create more economical growth, more business in America. And it will also your work for the world peace. I believe, Mr. President, today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity by details in many areas. And the agreement that we are signing today in many areas in technology, in AI, in earth materials, magnet, etc., that will create a lot of investment opportunities.
So you are doing that now. You're saying to me now that the 600 billion will be 1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing, it will facilitate that. And
I like that very much.
Best friends, guys. Did you see the big black cube, the mecha box, speaking as a dragon, the call to prayer? All the false prophets got to do, the second beast, is erect a golden statue of Donald Trump and stick it on top of the mecha box. And they're all going to circle it and bow to it. The image of the beast in Revelation. The golden calf again. That's what I see happening. I think that the 2 beasts of Revelation are known as 2 men. Yeah. Elon Musk has been going over Saudi Arabia, meeting with Mohammed bin Salman. Elon Musk might be the leader of Saudi Arabia in the future. And Mohammed bin Salman's going to be his right-hand man, like his little Roman soldier that beheads all the Christians. He's not worshipping the image of Donald Trump after we survived America being destroyed. Off with his head. It is so simple. It's so easy for the Bible to play out. It's going to happen. There's going to be new laws passed. There's going to be an image set up to the beast. There's going to be beheadings of all the Christians. Saudi Arabia is something to do with the second beast. And Mohammed bin Salman and Elon Musk are both there. They're going to rebuild Babylonian Empire. And then Saudi Arabia are going to set up an image to the beast and force the whole world to bow to it. There's going to be a Noahide law connected with Sharia law under global peace. And they're all going to worship the son of perdition. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the faith of the saints. Then I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, causes the earth and them which dwell therein, to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. I think that's what we're seeing, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to this channel. There's going to be much more videos coming. We're just going to talk about everything and expose everything. Screw the New World Order. Jesus Christ is our Lord and Saviour. If you want to be saved, believe in the gospel of Christ's death, burial and resurrection, written in 1 Corinthians 15:3-4. For I delivered unto you first of all the which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the 3rd day according to the Scriptures. Believe in that gospel of Christ's death, burial and resurrection, and you shall be saved. Some kind of glare going on there in the camera. So until the next one, and there will be a next one, God bless.